Hello and welcome to day 9 of designing a tabletop RPG with me, Adam Bell. I'm here to design a tabletop RPG some more. I haven't done one of these in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I don't know, something like that. I had a mind to go and watch at least the past couple to get a feel for where I was. I didn't do it, but I didn't want it to obstruct me making a new one. Because with a brain like mine, any barriers to doing something are going to make me not do it. So here I am. I did come up with what I wanted to do today. So that's why I'm here. And what I want to do today is start thinking about one of the campaign playbooks and really just flesh it out. And then when thinking about that, I started doing some thinking about like, what is this game going to look like? Is it going to be... because I love the campaign playbooks idea, but is that something that will be in like the core text? Or, I mean, a lot of people are talking about modular games these days. Are they? Should I like focus on one of them and really get that one nailed, but like leave the door open for myself to go in and like make all of the other cool ones to be like, here are other ways that you could play with this world and rule set. And I kind of lean towards that, so I have like one really strong one, and then if people like it, well, even if people don't like it, because I'm gonna like it, if I feel like doing it, I can make new ones and put that out as like a little zine, like, oh, here's a new set of rules, because that's good stuff. Games that do that are good stuff. And plus, if people do like it, I could provide a framework for like, here's how you make a campaign playbook for this game. Go make something cooler than I can. So here I am. I've secretly chosen the one that I want to do. It is I don't think it's one that was in the other video. I don't think I mentioned this one. This might have been an idea that has been germinating off camera. But it's I think I'm going to call it the self-reliance playbook. And so it's going to be a playbook set in, it's not the base building playbook, but it will share a similarity because it's going to be set in like a settlement, a city, whatever it may be, where, you know, a society has been established, and it's a society based around human need and meeting the needs of everybody that lives there, which is weird. I know that's not how we make societies. So yeah, it's a society. It's going to be focused on a campaign of like you making sure everything's running correctly, like that farms are producing food, that food is getting distributed throughout the whole society, everybody's eating, everybody has a place to live. Those are like the core tenets of, you know, whatever governing body exists that I assume the player characters will be helping out with. So it'll be one part of it will be that, you know, making sure that everything's running smoothly. Another part will be making sure that like somebody's going out into the world and finding people that aren't having a great time and telling them, hey, we've got this place. It's a place where everybody eats and has a home and has leisure time. And, you know, if you're able to work, that's really all you have to do is like put in a couple hours every day at something that you're good at and enjoy. And collectively, you know, we take care of each other. So come hang. But then the flip side of that is going to be like basically defending it from people that don't like that exists, people that have like dominion. And like, I mean, I had mentioned in a previous video that like probably in a world like this where kind of the core structures of the world abandoned the planet. Hello. In a world like this where the core like structures that were like holding the world hostage, essentially, like we have now, have abandoned the planet, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that crops up behind that. There will be people that are re-engaging with feudalism because they, had weapons and like they had a way to seize power. There's going to be just like people that are content with, I don't know, run of the mill banditry. There's just stuff like that where people are just kind of stuff like that where people are doing whatever they want out there, and you're going to have to make sure that those people aren't affecting your society. You've got to kind of wall yourself off from that stuff because the feudal lord types that are out there, they have a great system working for themselves. They've got people that are farming food and creating stuff that they get to keep. And if you come and say, hey, farmers, come farm with us and you'll get to eat everything you make that you can eat, you don't have to give it to some fucking scumbag, they're gonna probably take that deal, which is a threat to that feudal lord. So there will be an amount of fending off counter-revolutionary forces, essentially. So what the hell does that look like mechanically? I brought a clipboard and I'm going to start writing stuff down and just trying to come up with what's on here. So let's see what we got. I was really hoping I would look down and ideas would just start flowing, but it didn't happen. So let's divide this page into four spaces. We've got four main tenets, I think, of this playbook. We've got investigating people's needs, meeting people's needs, I don't want to call it recruiting, but I don't have another word for it right now. Recruitment and countering reactionaries. So those are the four main things that we'll be doing. I don't know if this is like a cycle of play where in downtime we are doing the top two, we're investigating needs and making sure farms are running, so that'll be like little mini games. I don't know. But those are the four things I want this playbook, this campaign structure to account for. So I think the bottom two are probably the easiest to think about in terms of traditional RPG structures, right? Because I mean, countering reactionaries, that's you're gonna be doing espionage, you're gonna be doing fighting if it comes to that. Hopefully not. You're gonna be doing like building up defenses, that kind of stuff will exist. You're gonna be doing like counter espionage. What if somebody involved in your governing structure is somebody that is part of somebody that doesn't want your society to continue succeeding? I'm kind of hungry though. Should I just do a short one today? It might just be a short one today. This might be all I get to today, and then I'll set back up hopefully tomorrow or this weekend to like really flesh this out. But I wanted to sit down and get something done so that I would get some momentum back. But I'm really coming up blank beyond this structure. But this structure is more than I had 10 minutes ago, so it counts for something. Yeah, I guess I guess we're gonna do a short one today, and then next time I'll come back and I'll try to flesh out what these look like in play, and then from what they look like in play, I can figure out the mechanics of each of them. Because, well, at least for meeting people's needs. Okay, I can think about it. I can think out loud a little bit without writing. At least for the meeting people's needs section, I don't know what that looks like in play, because like a farming simulator isn't good, and your characters aren't necessarily going to be farmers, because there's more than that. There's housing, there's cooking, there's basically all of these different. Everybody's got needs. We're fucking little flesh bodies that we need to feed every day, and that ideally are not out in the cold rain. So those are the basic needs, but then there's entertainment, there's socializing, there's it's really hard to think about what that looks like. I feel like maybe a lot of what these first two are going to be is just encouraging players to envision their ideal world, and so have fairly loose structures of like, what do people need? Like, what does it look like to live in a society that is not anti-human? And what is it like? What does that look like to you? And from that, maybe we can bring in little video game progress bars. I don't fucking know. To yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out next time. I think the bottom two will be easier, and that's traditional RPG stuff. That's where a lot of the social things come in, and a lot of maybe fighting, if it comes to that. Hopefully not. Hopefully not often in your campaign of this do you have to fight people. But you probably will have to fight people, because unfortunately not everybody wants it to be great. And until... yeah. If you can't defend yourself against the people that don't want you to succeed in your little venture, you know, we all know what happened to the Paris Commune. Yeah, that's all. Thanks for tuning into this little short restart episode of Designing a Tabletop RPG. I will be back. I want to make this game. This game's gonna rule.